Welcome back. I'm very hot today, and I'm wearing a suit for this. I hope you're all happy. This week's show is going to be a short one, but it'll be an interesting one. See you in a minute.
The Rather Late Programme.
Brought to you by beer. Beer, making British life bearable for 1,000 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the King of Late Night.
So, welcome back to another episode of the Rather Late Programme with Bash Dinsmore. I am your host, Bash Dinsmore. Now, in the cold open, I mentioned I was very hot, which is why my face is red. Because I've been out and about in the sun today. And now I've got to film this and I'm dying. But it's a short episode today because we don't have a guest. So the podcast section of this talk show tonight will be me talking about the Dinsmore Films projects. Before we get into the proper monologue, I want to show you something. We now have custom-made mugs for the show. Oh, I needed that. The Rather Late Programme with Bash Dinsmore mugs. They're expensive. Yes, so this week in entertainment, things are looking the same as the last week. It's not doing well, guys. We need to sort this out, right? We need to get involved and help the arts by whatever way you can, whether that's a donation or sharing things online or signing petitions or calling out your local MPs. We need to get entertainment back on track. The UK government has pledged money to the UK theatre at the West End, but it's not enough. That is almost all gone, and certain actors have put certain high-class actors have put certain amounts of money into this fund as well, and that's helped a lot, but we still need more. You know, like, people are losing jobs and people are losing, you know, they're moving back in with family because they can't afford to pay rent. Which, I get that everyone is going through, every sector, not just the entertainment industry. But who are the people that have been giving you TV and Netflix, or Hulu, or HBO, or Amazon Prime? Without that, you would be going mad in lockdown. Even with those streaming services, I'm going mad in lockdown. So it's time to make a change, guys. We need to do something. Anyways, today's podcast section of this talk show is going to be just me talking about what projects Dinsmore Films Entertainment and Dinsmore Films have in the workshop, in the pipeline, because we don't have a guest this week, so you're gonna hear me rattle on for 10 minutes and talking about these projects. Anyways, I will see you at the end. So, afternoon, everyone, or evening, shall I say, as this should be released in the evening. Now, today's interview is not going to be an interview. I personally don't have a guest. So today I will be just telling everyone what's going on in the world of Dinsmore Films. So, this will be a very short episode, but it'll be worth it, I am sure. So, in the world of Dinsmore Films, it is today currently the 8th of the 8th, 2020. And so this will be released later on. However, we are working at Dinsmore Films on a few live action projects which will take place throughout the course of 2020 and 2021. One of which is a semi-musical called A Writer's Tale, which is about a writer who is struggling because he has writer's block. So, basically, that story is about a writer who finds inspiration, or shall we say, inspiration probably. And he finds inspiration from these group of people. And he eventually writes something else due to that experience. In A Writer's Tale, it is directed by myself, Bash Dinsmore, and Ryan Hemingway. It is written by myself, and the producers are myself and Vincent Dolan. It stars myself, Jazir Shine, Christina Vartneg, Taj Chowdhury, Elliot Coombe, Vince Dolan, with Ben Davies and Ryan Hemingway. And that is A Writer's Tale, which will be a live action film starting production in October. We also have a film called... Well, the working title is called Companion. We will change that when we film it or when the release date comes around. But for now it's called Companion, and the Companion is a darker story of a character who sadly loses his life, and everyone around him gets closer to each other due to this death. Companion is written and directed by myself, with additional writing by Peter Woolley, and it is produced by Ryan Hemingway and Alexander Kavanagh. The film stars Jazir Shine, Ryan Hemingway, Christina Vartneg, Taj Chowdhury, with Max McVeigh and Bash Dinsmore, featuring music by Charlotte Campbell. And we also have a live action film in 2021 which is called Blind Justice: Revenge of the Cult of Penshimo. That is going to be directed by myself, written by Vincent Dolan and myself, produced by Vincent Dolan, and it will star Vince Dolan, Christina Vartneg, Bobby Vinu, Ryan Hemingway, and myself as Rock Powers. Now that is about a blind detective. Moving on to Dinsmore Films Entertainment. Dinsmore Films Entertainment versus Dinsmore Films. Dinsmore Films is the films, Dinsmore Films Entertainment is the TV section, or the web series section. The web series section includes a 3 special mini-series called What Next, which is basically a group of characters, like Community, but it is set after their university graduation. So that will be a comedy series, and that will be very interesting to work on with developers Vincent Dolan, myself, and Matthew Baker. Starring Vincent Dolan, Christina Vertneg, Tony Miaz, Alice Caitlin Bell, Luke Marquez, with Zane Sheikh and Mary Henley. Special guest stars include myself as Professor Michael Xavier, Jamie Jarvis as Professor Graham Macy, Nick Sampson as Dr. Marcus, and Ryan Hemingway as Dr. Graham Parker. That's the pilot. In the Christmas special, the guest stars includes Hamish Clark as Nathan Haywood, Jazir Shine as Peter Blake, Henry Price as the Kid, and Gabby Noel as Rachel. And then the finale is the same guest stars as the pilot. Additionally, in Dinsmore Films Entertainment, we are working on Season 2 of Protectors of Time. Protectors of Time will star Bash Dinsmore as Dr. Harry Davies, Alex Lance, Charles McLance, Carter Matthews, and Matthew Caldor. Ryan Hemingway as Thomas Brown / Guardian, and Henry Watson / Justice. Mary Henley as Dr. Rosie Williams, Harry Coleman as Stephen Mason, Tony Miez as Freddie Parkhurst the Star, Jamie Weaver as Jamie MacDonald, Jamie Jarvis as James Matthew Defender, Jazir Shine as Dr. Senthil Ramamurthy, and Thursday, with Dan Stevens as Malcolm Hunter the Dark Arrow, and Lewis Brownlee as Sergeant Oliver Martin. For the second half of Season 2, the main cast will also include Ben Davies as Ray Jones and Zane Sheikh as Carter Matthews the Reversed Blur. Special guests and recurring guests include Saturn Voices, Taj Chowdhury, Joshua R. Pope, Sam Weeks, Peter Woolley, Daniel Villano, Christina Vertneg, and Vince Dolan, amongst others. So that's it for the show today. There's not much to chat about. I was just updating everyone on Dinsmore Films' production schedule. And then, apart from that, we have the new Season 2, or shall I say Season 3, of the Rather Late programme with Bash Dinsmore, which you are listening to now. And it is a new series and a new style to the show, because originally it was just a podcast, but now it has the live action elements to it at the start and at the end, with the podcast element for the interview in the middle. But there we go. I will hand you over to myself to close it off. So people, I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast or talk show episode. Yeah, that's it. See you next week, everybody.